Good morning, my dear students. Welcome in Social Studies class. Today, our chapter is Our Civil Services, chapter number 13. You have learned that the ministers are in charge of running the country and the states, but a handful of ministers cannot do all the work. They only plan what is to be done and decide how it is to be done. The people who actually get the work done are officials or officers who are employed by the government. These officials form the civil service and are called civil servants. They are appointed, not elected, so they do not change with every election, which ensures that the work of the government continues smoothly. Okay, do you know the civil service system is the backbone of the administrative machinery of the country? Now, types of services. There are different civil services for various kinds of government work. Based on which government they work under, they can be grouped under central, state, and all India civil services. Alright, civil services are divided in three categories: central, state, and all India civil services. For example, the Indian Revenue Service IRS is one of the many central civil services. Its officers look after the collection of taxes and work only under the central government. Next, the Indian Forest Service is one of the three All India services. Its officers manage our forest resources and can work anywhere in India, either under a state government or the central government. Next, the state have their separate civil services. In this chapter, we will discuss three services in greater details. First is the Indian Administrative Service, IAS. In the days when we were under the British, this was known as the Indian Civil Service. Many consider it to be the most important of the civil services. Simply put, to administer means to manage something, and that is the job of this service. It manages the everyday work of the government according to a set of rules. It carries out the plans of the government, like getting development work done. IAS officers are in charge of different government departments and organizations that deal with different things such as health, education, electricity, and agriculture. Class IAS officer is responsible for maintenance of law and order, revenue administration, and general administration in the area under him. Okay, and he manages the everyday work of the government and carries out the plans of the government. The IAS is an all India service. So, though IAS officers are employed by the union government, they can work for it or for a state government anywhere in India. To start with, an IAS officer is appointed to work in an particular state or union territory. He or she may later be asked to work under the union government. One of the things an IAS officer may do is to look after a district as its district magistrate, like DM. A DM is also called a district collector. In addition to the IAS, each state has its own civil service whose officers work under the IAS officers. Before they started working, officers of the IAS and some other civil services are trained at the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration in Mussoorie. The Academy's main purpose is to train civil service officers of Indian Administrative Service, Indian Forest Service, and also for Group A central services such as Indian Foreign Service, among others. Now, Lal Bahadur Shastri was an Indian politician who served as the second Prime Minister of India. He promoted the White Revolution, a national campaign to increase the production and supply of milk, and Green Revolution, a national campaign to increase food grains production in India, especially in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. Now, next service is Indian Police Service, IPS. The Indian Police Service too is an all India service. each IPS officer is sent to a state where he or she works unless called by the union government for a particular job. In addition to the IPS, each state has its own police service. You might have heard of police officers called Superintendent of Police SP and Inspector. While an SP is an IPS officer, the inspectors working under him or her are officers of a state's police service. Okay? Perhaps, maybe you know about some of the things that an IPS looks after. Maintaining peace and order and preventing and investigating crimes are among these. Investigating a crime means finding out who committed it. It means that particular crime. The Central Bureau of Investigations, like CBI, investigates crime that affects the whole country or many states. The senior officers of the CBI are IPS officers. IPS officers also lead police units that fight terrorists. Terrorists use violence to strike terror to get something they want, such as the creation of a separate country. Class, the Indian Police Service officers serve under state governments but may work under the union government when needed. Other than the IPS, each state has its own police service. An SP is an IPS officer, while an inspector is an officer of the state police service. IPS officers are responsible for maintaining peace and order, preventing and investigating crimes, fighting terrorists, and so on. The senior officers of the CBI are IPS officers. Now, next is the Indian Foreign Service, IFS. You may have guessed from the name that this service does work related to foreign countries. IFS officers are posted to different countries where they represent India. They work to improve our ties with other countries in fields like trade, culture, and education. The highest ranking IFS officer in a foreign country is the ambassador. Ambassador is the senior most officer representing his or her country in the other country. Okay? The ambassador and the people working with him or her make up the Indian embassy in that country. In the Commonwealth countries, an ambassador is called the High Commissioner and an embassy is known as the High Commission. The Commonwealth is a group of countries, most of which were under the British earlier, like India, Australia, and Pakistan. IFS officers are trained for about 3 years, starting with their training at the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. Later, each officer is trained in a foreign language. This helps them in their work. Apart from working in Indian embassies abroad, IFS officers work in India on things related to foreign countries. The IFS is a central civil service. Unlike officers of all India services such as the IAS and the IPS, IFS officers work only under the central government. Okay. The IFS does work related to foreign countries. It works to improve our ties with other countries in fields like trade, culture, and education. The highest IFS officer in a country is the ambassador or high commissioner. Now, the Union Public Service Commission. The Union Public Service Commissions, also called UPSC, in New Delhi holds examination every year to select young men and women for the central and all India civil services. It also appoints officers from a state civil, police, and forest services to the three All India services. Okay, the Union Public Service Commission holds examination to select people for the central civil services and the three All India services. It also appoints officers from a state civil, police, and forest services to the IAS, IPS, and Indian Forest Service respectively. Okay, so please read the chapter. And if you have any doubt, then please text me. Thank you. Bye.